from the heart of Dubai, where tomorrow is being built today, to the world. Welcome to the CTO Show with Mehmet. Here, we redefine technology and reimagine possibilities. With Mehmet, delve into the riveting realms of AI, cybersecurity, and digital technology. Experience the thrilling highs and lows of startups. Immerse yourself in the spirit of entrepreneurship and witness the future of business innovation being written in real time. Now, without further ado, let's tune in and explore the future.
Hello and welcome back to a new episode of the CTO Show with Mehmet. Today I'm very pleased joining me here from Dubai. Like when guys, I get excited when I have guests from here, from the region, from the same city where I am. I have Moosa Alavi, who is the founder and CEO of Techbot. Uh, just to give a teaser for the audience, we're gonna talk a lot about ERP solutions, right? And the evolution of this. We're gonna talk about the market here in the UAE, and I know probably Musa, you have been recently in a conference, so you can tell us, of course, about the latest and the greatest. But without further ado, the way I like to do it, Musa, I keep it to my guests to introduce themselves. So tell us a little bit more about you, your background, your journey, and what you're currently up to, and then we can start the discussion from there. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mehmet. It is an honor to be here. And my name is Moosa. I am since last 28 years, I am in UAE. And I run my business, Techbot ERP, since last 5 years. And I have been in this signage industry over 25 years. And I live in Dubai since 28 years. That's about me, little about me. And talk about my company. Techbot is one of the leading Odoo ERP partner. We are one of the gold partner of Odoo. And you can say one of the top ERP partner. And when you talk about my signage industry, I am in the signage industry very long. And we are one of the largest manufacturing signage company here in Dubai. And we deal with lots of companies, especially for the properties, building developers, and businesses in Dubai.
Great, and thank you for being here with me, Musa. I appreciate also the time. I know how can the schedule get busy, especially for a founder and CEO like yourself. Now, you mentioned a few things which it's kind of a leap, and I know I did my homework, checking your profile and background. So you have a very long career in you said signage and advertising and printing, and then transitioning to be in the ERP business. So and being into the software and automation. So what inspired you to make this leap?
So, Mehmet, I had a passion for technology since a long. Okay, so where I work, I'm always a person I need things to be very smooth, very clear, especially
Right.
something we can able to automate, and we need to because we can reduce lot of do hours because when we get for example any business, they start getting inquiry. From inquiry onwards, it is like proposal, operations, finance, many repeated tasks we can avoid. So I am always passionate about the technology, how the technology will help us to, because if we focus on the technology, we can focus in the different our business, our day to day other activities. So if something we can we can reduce errors, reduce people tasks through the technology. So that is the reason I jump into, I not in jump, during my signage business running, I started Techbot ERP since last 5 years.
Great. Now, it's a passion. It's something you mentioned. Couple of things that you know led you to do this kind of new business and the new venture as TechBot ERP. What of course it's a passion, but as a someone with experience in business, you must saw also an opportunity, Musa, and you must also not only saw opportunity, you must saw some gaps in the market to do this. So, what are like some of these needs and gaps you felt that you can come and fulfill with TechBot ERP?
So, Mehmet, like when I was doing, I started my job. I didn't start my business in very immediately, on a time.
Hmm.
I
Right.
was an employee and I start work as an employee. During an employee perspective, I has to do multitasks. Okay. When
Hmm.
I do this kind of multitask and if I feel the pain because there is no sun in ERP. For example, we create quotation, we create work orders, and we send to the finance. Sometimes we notice that finance or accounts department did not send the invoice because there is a big communication gap. Okay. So when I see that gap, I thought, okay, when I start any business, I should do the software first. That is one of the very important. That one of the very important what I should do that in when I start a business, I should do software without anything. That is the first goal what I has to do. So when I want to go with an ERP as a company, I found because I came from with lots of experience, and when I
Hmm.
explain my requirement to certain people, it's very difficult for them to realize and map that requirement to the system. Okay, like bring to the like especially see Mohammed, when we are talking about the ERP, there is lots of things we need to cover. The workflow, the process, the requirement, reporting, and people how to use. So I did the implementation in myself before I give to
Hmm.
anyone else. So I told
Nice.
my team, this is the way we can work. This is the process. This is the system. Then we can move, go ahead with the any whatever the in the business. Without this, we cannot go ahead. So I started, and I found a gap in there. There is people cannot understand what exactly what we need. So as a business experience, I have a business experiences a long, and I know what exactly need for my system, what need to be recorded. So I learned myself and I implemented myself.
I love this because like it's you pass through the pain probably that other business owners and other people who are in need uh, this is must have created some empathy also with your customers later because you face the same thing. So let us now talk a little bit about the ERP market. So the ERP, for people who doesn't know, it's an abbreviation for enterprise resource planning. So probably every company in the world, I would say, like whatever their sizes is, they need something which actually Musa you mentioned a couple of minutes ago. So they need things to track their processes, their you know different key areas like maybe their finance, HR, manufacturing, supply chain. You just name it. So it's like a de facto thing nowadays to have ERP. Now, talking specifically about the UAE, and this is some statistics and numbers there. So the UAE market for ERP is projected to be like around 3.45, so let's say $3.5 billion by 2028. And of course, the driver is digital transformation. From your perspective, and you've been doing this now for a long time, what are the top drivers behind this high demand? So, of course, we can say digital transformation, but digital transformation by itself, Musa, and maybe you would agree with me, it's just a big word, right? So, everyone will tell you I'm on a journey for digital transformation. But really, what is driving customers to adopt and look for ERP solutions?
So the main drivers for digital transformation is a cloud adoption. Okay,
Hmm.
and the government always push for the smart system. Okay, the same time the UAE is moving towards a complete like AML, VAT, corporate tax, KYC. So this all it's very competition and very forcing the company, also companies has to there are competition like what you call uh, in business there is a lot of competition nowadays. So when business need to cut the cost, they need a proper
Mm-hmm.
system. Otherwise, see, I will tell you an example. When I was
Sure.
in when I was in my printing industry, like you can say like 15 years. I used to work with Excel. You just imagine how we are working in Excel. So I used to create the quotations in Word, Microsoft Word. Then what
Oh.
happened when we need to convert to PDF? Then send as attachment as send an email as an attachment. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so just imagine how much time I used to waste for creating quotation, converting PDF, then sending as an email. Then in every month, I used to create a report like how many quotation I sent, how many is converted, and how many is in the production, how much is about to complete the project, how many of them is invoiced. So this all report I should create in the month, every month end, and I need to submit to the different department like production, finance, like operations. I need to provide this. I asked to do, and along with my colleagues also do. So in this time, I hear about a software, and I told my manager that sir, I need a software because it will help me a lot, and obviously we can save a lot of time and everything, and I can focus for something else. Then immediately what he said, without asking the how much will they cost, I will give you three more people to work. See, see what happened. See, so I that time I realized that it is people, everyone is not looking for a digital. So, but now now this situation, everyone want a system, and because everyone is going for digital transformation. Okay, so when people are thinking about digital transformation, like when they need something, for example, instant reporting, like in through ERP, we can get an instant report immediately. So in
Mm-hmm.
when there's no reporting, then cannot get that kind of report. It's take lots of time. So now the main drivers is cloud computing, and the government is pushing to a digital transformation, and companies need to cost cut because instead of three people, they can hire one person and a software. So it's a very everyone is pushing toward the digital transformation in this current situation.
Yeah. So just because my audience are like, from different part even of the world, so just to, push, and I think this applies across multiple geographies, but to put, some my 2 cents, let's say, to what you said, Musa, which is very valid. So, and this is an opportunity not only in the ERP business, I think in other businesses also as well. So yeah, so the region in general and the UAE in particular, they have pushed for paperless, faster, customer experience, I would say, starting from the government, because everything today I think we can do through some of the portals that the government created it. And of course, the opportunity also because of at least up to few recent years. So maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Musa. The VAT came in 2018, I believe, or 2017, something like this. And of course, imagine like people, they had to change their accounting softwares, right? And even to your point, I still see, by the way, people using Word and Excel for sending codes, and you need to add this. So this is, you need to simplify things. The other thing, the tailwind that's driving this transformation, and maybe we can you can shed some light also on that, Musa, is nowadays when you as a company, you still deal with paper and in a sense printing. Do you agree with me, Musa, that you are look little bit kind of old school? People, they think that, oh, like this company, even they still use printing, or maybe they still use Word documents to fill some forms and all this. Do you agree with me that also this is one of the main drivers, and it should be a drivers for other companies to adopt ERP solutions?
100%. Why, Mehmet, I will tell you. When we have a system, you are showcasing as a professional is in front of your customer or your
Mm-hmm.
in your team as well as. For example, when you have a crystal clear process, when you can see what is the update, uh, when even you're pitching your customer, I used to do that. I opened my project dashboard. You see, this much production is going on. This is in my screen now, and I can see what is the machine is available, what is the machine is not available. So always people always when they want they see a company is utilizing the using the software or digitally they are in digital, it is a more credibility I'm getting always when we talk
Mm-hmm.
about customer. For example, imagine if you are my customer, you come to my production and you ask Musa, I need so and so signage in my so and so business. So I will before I ask my contact my accounts production department, I will just go through my system. I will understand that how many machines are available now, whether I can take this project or not. Then only I can start negotiating with you. So this, if I show this to my customer, they always impress and they always ready to give the job. Even I will tell that okay, my production I need in this week. I can take 2 more 3 days, no problem, but do the job. So this kind of this kind of impression we are getting from the customer perspective, and obviously when we are in the digital, uh, everyone will easy for us them to understand and easy for them to track and make sure make understand how the process is working, how the company is working. It's given a more credibility to the company.
Right. And one thing also which happened, I think, this is for people who are from mainly UAE. If you are listening and you are a business owner, so there is a mandate now from government to stop issuing paper invoices, and everything should be e-invoice. And I don't think you can do this if you don't have a proper ERP solution, because you know as simple, even if you are a one person company, and I can relate a lot to myself, um like someone would come, they will ask you for a quotation. So you need a system, as we discussed with Musa. So you need to put that into a system, because you need to track it at the end of the day. Second, once the you send the proposal, the quote included, then let's say the customer accepted, so you need to mark like, okay, like I converted this, now this is an invoice that should be sent. I need you to track it also. Now, before, like, people were accepting to send them invoice by as simple as printing, maybe typing it on a Word or maybe a template from Excel. But now things should be digital, and even the payment, I believe, also because was hearing the day before yesterday, or yesterday, and we are recording on the at beginning first week of October. So even UAE is pushing for cashless systems. So you need to be able to pay. Now, with all this, Musa, and the reason I'm mentioning that, uh, we must have, so if I'm a business owner, I need to have the system that can cover it all. Now, I know you, and you mentioned this in your introduction. So you picked up one vendor specifically, which is Odoo, and you became the implementation partner. So walk me through, like, first, why I need an implementation partner for this. Second, what is my journey looks like from the moment, let's say, we meet for the first time as a company, and let's say I'm a small company, to make things like easier. Like, how much do I need, not from money of course, but how much time do I need till I can say, okay, I have implemented the system, now I have something in track, and now I can utilize it by myself. So if you can also walk me through this.
So, Mehmet, the first of all, Odoo, why I chose Odoo? Okay, Odoo. The reason why I chose Odoo because of the user friendly, the UI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
easiness to use the system. See, any software, because I during my experience, I tried many softwares, and every time we get just pay only, and people are not adopting or people are not utilizing because of the complexity. So when I discovered Odoo, I found it is a very easy to use. Okay, for
Mm-hmm.
example, if someone know how to use Facebook or how to use WhatsApp. That much easy. Now you don't want you can imagine how much easy that the system. Well, if it is configured well, okay. If you didn't configured well, when the configuration part is come like a partner side, I will explain you later. So the Odoo itself, it's a user friendly, and it is an open source. So the reason open source, it's easy, can customize, and we can integrate with many other like other device. For example, you have attendance machine. We can easily integrate with attendance machine. For example, I do have a large like millions of expense printing machine in my industry, my signage business. I can integrate. I can connect with my printers to the system, so I can know the maintenance and the machine machine's capability and machine performance, everything I can track. So this is
Hmm.
so when we want to that kind of the integration, we need, obviously we need a system that it's more easier, not complex system. Okay. Now
Right.
when why it is okay, now I say it's a very easy. Why we should have, why customer should have a partner like us? You know
Hmm.
that Udo, they have an office in Dubai itself. They have a big office, but their main core is selling the license. Okay, but the implementation is taking care of the partners. If I am right, 70% of the business is generating by the partners. So, and there is a lots of partners like me here in Dubai, but I am the one of the top partner. Means we have lots of experience in this implementation. So then that when why they need to choose the and a proper partner, a partner should understand the business requirement, with the workflow, the process, and partners should have an experience how implement the system. For example, now we have a special industry, like we have a real estate industry, and we have a renter, super renter car industry. We have insurance industry. So those industries we already implemented, and we have the ready system. So it's no need too many customization, too much configuration, because the ready system available. Now what is our next job? We need to map the process properly, because every business they have their own process. So we need to map that process, and we need to train the end users. So if the end user is not properly trained, they will not use the system. They will immediately drop and they will go back to the Excel or Word. So it's our responsibility. We handhold the customer to use the system, and whenever they, when whatever the support they need, we are providing the support on time, and without any delay, because especially is a business, and we need to give them a support always when they need they required. So that what basically a partner should do, and what we are doing.
This is the music to my ears, Busa. Like, of course, because people, regardless of the vendor, but I understand, of course, you need I like to call more design partner, and design in a sense, not designing the UI, because you mentioned the UI is very easy. But this is a misconception that happened in the technology. People think, okay, cloud is there. I just put my credit card and I start using the solution, forgetting that, especially for something, I'm not saying it's complex, but I mean, implementing an ERP is not like, as for example, I don't know, downloading your Microsoft Office on your laptop and just start using it, because there are like some uh, some moving parts, I would say, over this. Now, with this number of implementation that you have done, and this is why you are one of the top implementations partner for Odoo, what is the common thing that you see uh, from the business that you have dealt with, that they were facing before adopting the ERP, and then how their lives changed after using the solution? I like to hear these kind of success use cases.
I can relate to my business itself, Mehmet.
Nice.
Because no need to go to any other business, because in my business itself, I'll tell you. I told you I am in the signage manufacturing, and we deal with the top real estate developers in the UAE. Okay, you can say in the UAE, because we deal with Abu Dhabi developers, Dubai developers. In UAE itself, we deal with lots of developers. So, when a real estate developer, they need a hoarding, a signage, or they are announcing a new project, they need to brand their sales center, or they need to do like, mass kind of production. What they will do, they will give me a call only. When on the maybe they will wait for 5 o'clock to call me, because they are getting the order from the top management in the very late time only. So what happened in this time, if we don't have a proper system, we used to go check whether we have stock, whether we can accommodate, and whether we can do the job as per customer demand on time. We can deliver. Or we need assume any assumption. We don't have any strategic. We cannot check any system. We don't have anything. So after I implement myself, I found a lots of you can say breathing space, like not last moment, we can take the last moment order. And sometime what happened, customer called, so and so here I did job, I need the same job repeatedly, you just come and install the job. So in when and this has to be done within 48 hours or 24 hours, maximum 48 hours only they will give, I need to do the job. So if I go manually check everything by file, I need a 3 or 4 days. We used to do that way, 4 or 5 days to check the how much quotation we given, because they don't have any measurement. Because the person who is calling, he is calling based on the record he have. He don't have anything in his mind, and so he immediately said the same location, same specs. You need to go and install. So we need to spend a lot of time to check the details and measurement and price and everything. So when we have a system, just one click, I can know all the information, what type of the artwork it was there. Artwork maybe keep on change, because especially, that when they're launching a new project, they will change their render, color, everything they change. But the size is not going to change. The hoarding is the same. No, any changes. So I need to give them, first I need to get the confirmation on the pricing. Second, I need to instruct my team to go ahead with this artwork, and the same says, please, we need to install so and so time and the date. So if I don't have the system, I cannot do take an action immediately. So when I implemented myself, it's given a lots of space and lots of time, and our production also increased. And another thing, my clerical work, I used to have four minimum four sales coordinators before I implement the system, because they are doing in Excel and Google Sheet and one software. And when I implemented, especially in Odoo in my business, three of them I given other job, and only one person you do only all these tasks. So imagine how much time and money I save because of the system I implemented. So this is the one of the my self experience. And yes, commonly many people, many business owner, they say that we got 20 percentage improvement in our sales, our performance is increased, customer response is increased. Some customers, they don't have a CRM. Okay, when there is no CRM, what happened? We get everyday inquiries. In our common email, we get lots of CVs, supplier, sales brochure, many things. But sometimes what will happen? Our real inquiry will buried in that email. So
Right.
sales team cannot follow up and focus on that particular lead or the opportunity. So without CRM, it's very difficult for them to track. When I implemented a system, one of the customer insurance company itself, they come and told us that we have our sales has been increased 20 percentage. Just
Right.
imagine, only because of the CRM they start utilizing. So this is the benefit I have seen and myself experience. Also, our customers always coming and telling these stories.
Just to add to your point, Musa, and this is why whatever the size of your company, whether you are like by yourself, but as you are a company, or you are a, I don't know, 50, hundreds, thousands of employees, you can. And you mentioned something very important like few minutes ago about the reporting part. Like you wanted to know how many quotes you have sent. You needed to know how many customers replied. So doing that manually is, you know, kind of a crazy, I would say, especially in this age. The second thing, the moment you implement a unified system, a unified database where all the information is coming, then you have the visibility, and of course you will be able to track your customers, you will be able to reply them faster, you'll be able to fulfill their needs faster. Now, mentioning that, Musa, also, um, and we are talking about data, and we are talking about, cloud computing and all this, and now we have the AI in the mix, or the AI in the play. From your perspective, and doing this for quite some time, how AI is, and automation, of course, how do you see this evolution into AI powered ERP systems changing even further? Because you mentioned, like, now how increasing the sales, freeing people's time to go do something more important. How do you see, AI inside the ERP solutions shaping businesses, especially in our region, in the GCC, over the next few years?
The AI-powered ERP definitely will transform the decision making. Okay, it is like what you say. Um, uh, you will have analytics and the decisions and the reports automated in your inbox or in your dashboard, because in AI is working as a user. You know that how the AI, the power of AI
Yes.
agent is working inside our system, that you are instructing, giving the command, you're giving the input, what you need so and so time, what you need so and so date. So AI is giving you the informations, and it can be take a decision can take immediately. So that is on. And also AI will give you lots of insight about your past year, your ongoing projects, your ongoing, how the company is going at the moment, and how you be your company in the futures. Like in a 3 year, you will be there, and in the 10 year, 5 year, that all you can easily predict because of the AI included ERP always will definitely give going to help, and it's a game changer for actually. And AI integrated ERP is going to not only game changer, it's giving to insight about even your employees. For example, how their performance, because it's a performance evaluator also. It can give you the employees' performance, how their attendance, how they are responding the emails, how they are their accountability. You can check through the AI. So it is, yes, really a game changer. And also in Odoo 19, the new latest Odoo 19, you give the prompt and AI will create you your quotation. You need to draft an email. You give the prompt, AI will draft the email. So many features in the AI Odoo is incorporated in Odoo 19 Odoo itself.
That's very cool. Exactly. I was wondering, or not wondering. Of course, I know, but I mean, it's like coming to the area where you can talk to your system, similar to
Yeah,
what you do with, something like chat gpt kind of
correct.
interface, and then you talk to it and say, hey, like, show me this report, or create this dashboard, or, and this is really, it's a game changer. And again, in addition to the benefits that you just mentioned a couple of minutes ago, like, this is another big mile. Now, let's, just, out of curiosity, and this I wonder a lot, um what is next for TechBot ERP? Like, where do you see any expansion? Do you see any, maybe, more into, because you mentioned insurance, for example, and manufacturing. Are you planning, like, to go into, like, maybe some new verticals that maybe you didn't touch? So if you can share with us your plans.
So, Mehmet, that is a very good question, because this is our growth strategy basically. So,
Okay.
we are in Dubai, but we are already dealing with the GCC customers like Saudi, Qatar, Oman. Our next plan is to start operating from GCC, from Saudi Arabia,
Hmm.
and we have a expansion plan, like globally. For the part of that, we in the second year we are one of the exhibitor in Odoo experience in Belgium, which has happened in the last week. I just came back only. So why that? No, we are our focus to not only stay in the UAE market, we need to expand to the globally. So GCC as well as the other countries, like we need to go to other European sites, other uh, Asian part. We need to touch and African also, because we already have a customer all these region, but our local presence is not at the moment. There is no local presence. We are managing from Dubai, so we have an expansion plan to entire GCC as well as in the Asian market, and also in part of the Europe and those area also.
Very exciting indeed. Musa, just shifting gear from talking about ERP, I know like also, on the side or in addition to the work you're involved with the TechBot, you give importance for giving back, and you do this through mentorship and community involvement. Like I know you've been part of some big networks like BNI, IPA, and others. How important this is to you, and uh, how this also contributed to your own personal and professional growth.
Mehmet, that is one of the heart-touching question. Basically, I am the because I am part of lots of community. Yes, obviously, we need to give back to the community. When we need someone need a support, we need to be there to support. And customers also one of my community, because we are solving a problem of a customer. There is a problem that why customer is approaching us, so we need to solve. So these communities helping me a lot in the terms of first of all the learning, and the our network is your network. So they're
Right.
helping me not only in the business, my personality development. I can call any one of the community member at any time. I have lots of real cases when because see, we are doing business. In business, we'll face a lots of problems.
Right.
Maybe an SMEC, I cannot have an legal firm for my company. But when something a legal issue happen, whom I should contact? A person whom I know, or a stranger. Maybe I need to build relationship. Then I will start. So I already have a relationship with the legal consultant or a legal entity, and I know him already. I can immediately call and tell, "See, I have this problem. I need a solution," and they will take like their own company, their own problem, and they will help me to solve that problem. For example, I have insurance issues. If I have an insurance, any issue, for example, when we deal with a large scale project, maybe something happen in the project, maybe many things can happen. So when there
Right.
is any claim required, the insurance broker should be there. He is not only for collecting our premium and every year collecting the premium, not only collecting the premium, he need to be there to support us when there is a problem. He need to guide us. This way you need to approach for the claim. This way you need to approach for example, when we propose for a large scale project, we need a strong insurance to secure that project. So then I need to so these are people, these are through this community, I am getting lots of connections, not only customers, vendors, and they help me in my day-to-day business activity. So I'm so proud that I am part of this community. They always help me, especially in business as well as in my personal life, as well as my development and personality development also. They help me a lot, these communities.
That's great. And yeah, to your point, like, when you do business, you need business partners. And these business partners, the way we get to know them is through, being part of some communities with networking. To your point, your network is your net worth, 100% on that. And, because especially when we are still, maybe and for me, I like, the kind of personalities and companies like you, Musa, and what you did with TechBot, because you started this out of passion, out of your own problems, and then you grew it. And then, of course, down the road, like, you cannot bring everything from day one. You can't have, as you said, you gave a brilliant example, having the legal. You will not hire a full-time lawyer for your company from day one, because that's make no sense, because you never know if you they're gonna have actually work every day, right? So maybe it's just as per the need, and this is where you need someone to rely on. Maybe you need someone, to your point, when you are bidding on a project, so you need some kind of insurance. Maybe you need to know a banker who can help you in, maybe, I don't know, line of credits, or all these kinds of things. So this is a must have, which people, who, especially, this is for the young generation, like, guys, you need to kind of do this, your pre-work, when you start, because this is where you can have someone on your back. Of course, like, I'm not saying everyone will be doing your job, but I mean, to take, these small things out of your way, so you can focus on your strategy. So 100% on this, Musa. Musa, as we are almost close to an end, any final words, any final thoughts you want to share with us? And of course, my traditional question, where people can get in touch with you?
So they always can touch with me, contact me through we have a website called techboterp.com, and we have our 24 by 7 email is available, and they can always find our contact information through our website, and email always be a response, always give a response. And finally, I want to tell those who want to grow their business and they want to scale their business, they should not think about not implement an ERP. They need to first they need to think about ERP, because uh, when we are operating a business in Dubai, we need trade license copy. This is a mandatory trade license. Obviously, signage, yes, some of them they do small or big, it's okay. That also it required. A software, I say, when you consider if you are planning to grow and you need to scale immediately, ERP has mandatory, and that is one of the mandatory tick point you need to be always consider. That I always recommend people go with an ERP, and ERP will give you lots of insight and support which you may not think also. So that is one thing. And sometimes people think, oh, ERP is too expensive. Why I should go for an ERP, expensive ERP? See, now everything is ERP is not an expensive nowadays, especially when introduced to Odoo. It can accommodate for any industry. We always consider not size of the company, size of the requirement what they have, the workflow, that what are the report they need, what are the customization they need. Based on that, so it can go with any size of company. So don't think that will be an expensive. This is an investment. ERP always an investment, and that will give you a real result ROI when you properly implement, when you start using ERP properly. So this is one of my last. I can say that ERP is not always. Don't think it's an expensive. Always consider it's an investment.
Yeah, thank you for that, Musa, and for technology in general, and I'm happy you mentioned this. So we need to change a little bit, the conception. It's just an expense. It's not an expense to you. And I like you gave the example that yes, you need your license, and you can do business without a license, business license or trade license, as we call it here in the UAE. So same thing, you can do business, and I'm very happy, with the recent changes and regulations, that it's pushing people to adopt the technology, that once they thought it's just an expense, why I need to do this. And this applies, not of course, to the ERP, and all the benefits you mentioned, whether it's sending codes, the CRM, the accounting part, you can do a lot of things with ERP, like your hiring, your payroll, like everything can run from your ERP. So it's basically the life of your business, if I might say, it lives there. And I'm happy you said this. And we need more awareness, especially from SMEs, that guys, this is not a luxury product. It's a must-have product. I like what you said. If you want to grow, yes, if you want to grow, you need to be professional, because maybe you would agree with me, Musa, also on this. Like, if you do that late, it's like a harder task, because you need to convert from all the manual work you were doing and then start. Because when I decided to use some systems from the beginning, when I started my own thing, people, they start, oh, why you are having a system? I said, guys, like, yeah, I can put now on Excel. I know maybe I will have one quote a month at the beginning, maybe every 2 months, but at some stage I know if needs comes, I need to be prepared. So it's like, it's like the insurance, to back to your insurance thing. So you buy the insurance before the accident, not after the accident, right? Because you want to avoid surprises. Musa, like, really, I appreciate the time today, and I appreciate being here with me today, and the insight that you gave us about the industry in general, and your story with the company, and what's next. I can't thank you enough for this, and that was great. And I advise people to go and check the website, which will be available in the show notes, and connect with Musa. And this is how I end my episodes. This is for the audience. If you just discovered us, now, thank you for passing by. I hope you enjoyed. If you did so, give me a favor, subscribe and share it with your friends and colleagues. We are available on all platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you just name it, and of course on YouTube. And if we are one of the people who keep coming again and again, you are a loyal fan. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for all what you did to the podcast this year. We are always trending in multiple countries and in the top 200 Apple Podcast chart across multiple countries. We keep changing in geography, but that's good that we have a global audience, which is growing by the day. And finally, I thank you for people who are supporting with the book. After now, it's been 1 month almost since its launch. You can find it in Amazon.com. It's From Nowhere to Next. Let me just show it like this. So From Nowhere to Next is available on Amazon.com. If you can also kind of a support, get your copy. I tried to share the insights that I learned from my personal journey, and of course from my guest here on the podcast. And then until we meet next time, thank you very much for tuning in, and see you. Bye bye.
Hit that subscribe button, share the show with your tech-savvy friends and fellow entrepreneurs, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast app. Your support means the world to us.